That's the nature of the bubble. There's always a bigger fish.
Bad things happen around me.
Neither of you are dying.
The last thing I say to Lux is, this is, I'm here to do something good.
Somebody recognized me.
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Lance a Little, and you're dead.
One job. One.
Have you ever wanted to see the corpse of a dead god?
Don't sell your soul to that cat.
Do you think they're trying to kill me?
Obviously, I'm fine.
Come and catch the magic. You hear Helm say, "Oh, fascinating. That seems to be the piece or object that I was searching for."
Like the one that'll do security?
Well, I was drawn to it before, back when you told me to hide on the dead god.
Oh, yeah, that was part of the reason I picked it up.
Thank you for doing so.
He's just like holding it up.
I think there's like this moment where like the kind of similar to the way that the ship had responded to the Lance's compass, it responds similarly and producing up out of the ground like those similar silver nanites that y'all had first seen when the ship was initially created flow upward and almost as if to take it from your hand, Kite. And as you do so, as the piece leaves your palm, there is a sharp zap of electricity as a bolt leaps between you and the piece. Everybody go ahead and make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, good.
Wee.
Ooh,
Oh,
24.
Ooh.
Wisdom.
I love failing my wisdom.
Yeah, not 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god!
Not 20.
Hey! It's only
Nat
luck.
20 squad.
Look, let's slap.
I didn't get a nat 20. I just have a +5 to my wisdom.
Very nice.
Saving throws.
So, everybody who saved is going to take 5 points of psychic damage. Everybody, Lux, you who failed, you're going to take 11 points of psychic damage as all of you are ripped in out of your bodies and you feel this dragging sensation and this almost like feedback, like a modem playing in your ears as the psychic feedback from Helm just fills your minds and you are pulled, like your conscious mind ripped from your bodies and pulled into Helm, and you are falling down into this endless sea that Cal, only you would be familiar with. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check as this is going on, or just a straight intelligence roll.
Yeah, I can't uncanny dodge or evasion this, can I?
Nope.
Oh,
Just checking.
Gotta ask.
jeez, that's a 12.
Well, you can definitely tell that you're not in the astral sea like right now, not your consciousness. You can tell that you are in that psychic plane of thought energy that runs through the bubble, that you know that the the astral elf hive mind exists on. You and the rest of your party find yourself almost inside that subspace in what you assume to be Helm's consciousness as you fall down, and you find yourselves in a different space. You find yourselves. Here we go. Let me go ahead and shift on us on over.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting a map switch?
Getting a map switch.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
yo!
Wow.
You find yourselves in a large, almost like amphitheater style room. Multitudes of like large holographic faces with their with their prominent features kind of almost like fuzzy and faded away, or like or covered up, unseen. In the center you see another amorphous like humanoid figure. This one, they're very difficult to like make out, like almost shifting and changing. And in that moment, like you all manifest like in your in psychic forms, which I'm gonna say are your new outfits. So go ahead and describe the party's new outfits as you guys manifest on the psychic plane.
Fun. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, don't everybody just jump at once.
I guess I'm going first because I'm talking. I tried to get you guys to go, so I'm going now. So Kite is as someone who does not think about clothing a ton, and when asked about clothes, probably mostly pictures clothes he's seen very recently, is in like a collection of his friends' clothes from just the last like couple of weeks he's been with them. So he's wearing Lance's cow print shirt. He's got Cal's like cummerbund on, and he's got the red ribbon that used to be, I think, around Lux's arm, just around his neck with a little bell tied to it. And he's got on top of that, he's got like a cropped blue jacket, high collar still, but a little bit more open than he previously has been. And he's just in like nice like normal trousers that are like rolled up a little bit above his boots, and he's not wearing his cloak. And in fact, I would say that the crop jacket that he's wearing is probably something that he used to really frequently wear in his past life, when he was at home. But now, when he's like psychically picturing himself, he still kind of pictures himself like that a little bit. He's still not used to the newer picture, but he's got this mess of his friends kind of in his like mental form still upon him.
Aww.
Oh, and he's got little cloud tattoos in his ears as well. I almost forgot about that. That's very important. So it's the shape of rolling clouds kind of tattooed on the insides of his ears, where there's skin as opposed to the fluffy side.
Beautiful.
You look so
Excellent.
good.
They look excellent. Yeah, fantastic. Why don't you hand it off?
Me hand it off?
Mhm,
Lance, why don't you go next?
Perfect. Starting, much like we did last time, down at the boots. Lance is rocking some beautiful, chunky platform, near to his own skin shade, leather boots. And above that, we see this incredible tool. One might even say monstrosity. There's so many layers, and it swings in the most fun way with like the slightest twist of a hip. We do see Lance's smiling one mask is still there, but At his neck is the Bloodwell vial, and then up we see his stormy gray hair has become white and flecked with blues and pinks of sunset. And also down at the wrist we see some very cute half gloves. And that's me.
Perfect. Perfection. Excellent. Who would you like to hand it off to?
I'm gonna pass it off to Lux.
Well, so Lux, in this strange plane of existence, her hair is much longer. The black ends that she had are now just like kind of underneath her white hair. She no longer looks like a member of the Knights Accord. Her hood's gone. The red ribbons are gone. She is wearing a, what do you call it? A crop top with, what do you say, boob window? Boob window.
Boob window, yeah.
And yeah. She still is wearing a shit ton of belts, too many belts.
The
In anybody
correct
else's
number,
opinion. The right number for her, though. And her boots are a lot different. They are incredible. They are high boots and much better than her last ones. They're way more, I don't know, they feel more her, you know? But yeah.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Cal. What's Cal rocking?
Cal is now wearing a long coat that has white accents, but the color starts at an inky black and then ombres down into like a nice cobalt blue, very much matching the coloration of Harmony. And under that he just wears like a deep blue a deep blue blouse with an even deeper V. It's completely unbuttoned. Why even bother? He has on a choker that has just this little spherical object that also looks like it has some astral sea essence in it, and you can just kind of see that roiling within there. And instead of his usual gloves that had some more that were a little more armored, protected him more, you now see that he's incorporated gloves that are fingerless at his index, his pinky, and his thumb to the wraps that he wears. So he's incorporated these gloves into his bracer so that he has more tactile feeling in his fingers while he's working with different things like his revolver or, you know, Harmony saddles, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we go down, he still very much has like black leather pants on. And he finally got a new pair of boots. The last pair, they were looking really rough. These, very much exactly the same style, but he's got them in black instead of brown so that they match his outfit better. But probably the biggest and most prominent change is the fact that his hair is no longer straightened. He has braids running down the sides with two long tendrils on each side. And in the middle, his hair is big, bushy, curly in its natural pattern in a frohawk.
Hell yeah. Excellent. And that's so good. Yeah, so you all manifest in these new forms, resplendent and glorious in front of this large luminous figure glowing in front of you. as you are kind of standing there drinking this in, kind of still regaining yourself, you can see this like being, this construct in front of you kind of move like it kind of like judders forward, almost like kind of slumping forward before sitting back up, and goes, and you all hear in a voice, either both psychic and happening in the space around you, you hear it say, "What happened? Where are we?"
Help?
Oh,
You see,
Helm, where are we?
Helm is huge. They're like 30, 40, 50 feet tall, maybe. They're massive, and they kind of like they don't have really like a true kind of form. They're kind of just like kind of like a glob almost, and they're kind of like bend over like a little bit and like look down at you guys, and they go, is that you? What are you doing in here?
I think you might have a better answer to that question than we do.
I don't understand what is happening. This should not be possible. And then at that, as Helm says this should not be possible, there is the light in this room, which was kind of almost like effervescent and kind of just illuminating from nowhere, slowly begins to fade out and drain away, being pulled and almost like sucked out of the room. And it happens kind of slowly at first, and as you're watching, it kind of sweeps from like the lower side of the room to the higher end side. And as this is like happening, as this is occurring, you see the Helm he is disparaged by this. He is absolutely not having a great time, as these kind of like these larger kind of featureless faces are being like snuffed out. And he says, what is happening? What's going on?
Are there any hints to what these faces look like? Do we recognize any of them?
Yeah, can we investigate or something?
Yeah, and you guys can do whatever you like in this moment. So Cal and Kite are making insight checks on the faces. What are Lux and Lance doing?
What am I doing?
Interesting.
Insight or investigation?
Either insight for if you want to look at the faces, if you're trying to figure out like who the faces are.
Okay. 19.
Did you do insight or investigation?
I did insight.
Okay, I guess I.
Can I do Arcana?
What do you want to learn with Arcana? What are you trying to glean?
I think what I'm trying to learn with Arcana, if somehow we're like seeing one of Helm's memories. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like, I want to look into the Arcanotech and see if this is something happening right now or something that happened when Helm broke.
Sure. Absolutely. Go ahead and make that Arcana check.
Oh wait, no, that's deception. Well, it's the same modifier of +6.
Oh, nice. Modified 20. Excellent.
No.
And what's Lux doing at this moment?
I think that I'm deciding between a couple of things.
Sure. I mean, it's like a snappy moment, right? Where it's like you only have a few sparse seconds to have a choice. So yeah, it's
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's gonna. Can she do like a religion check? Just because I don't know, she's pretty spiritual. I have no idea.
Sure. So like you want to see specifically if this has anything to do with like death, like or like
any gods and death, like, yeah, maybe also like what kind of existence this is, like.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can go ahead and make a religion check. For that, definitely. Okay, and a 7 from the religion check. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with Kite and Cal. The two of you begin to glance over the faces as they start to darken. It's really strange. Kite, as you're looking at the faces, it's almost as if like they should have features. Like it's almost like they are ready and waiting for it. It's like they've been like sheared off almost, like or like flattened, like it's what would be the best word for it? Almost like the base of a model, right?
Okay.
Like waiting to be implemented, waiting to have something come and be built on it, right? Cal, I think you get something a little deeper with a 23 investigation. You get that the same as Kite, but you also recognize that there is something here that is something deeper than just a base model. There is like the core that is making up the faces is something more complex than something inert that you would anticipate to be like just waiting to be built upon. As these kind of lights are closing down on them, you just don't recognize any of these faces. But I think there's also this moment where there's also like the blurriness that you feel in this inside with the faces is similar to that blurriness that you feel with when you have those moments with Harmony. Lance, as you're trying to like figure out where you are you in a memory? Are you in space? Are you what position you are? You feel I think you try to look out at like the timeline. You try to insight deeper into some of these like constructs that you're seeing. Like where did these originate in time? Like can you are they following Teek's constant and have they been displaced and etc. And I think the thing that really throws you is that they don't have a time constraint. And I think that's like really the moment where you realize that this is like a psychic plane, right? So things that are here are made up of, as things here are made up of thought energy, it's they don't have like that time value associated with them. So I think in this moment, as you're like, as you're conceptualizing this, like you make the realization that this is like some kind of psychoscape that exists inside of Helm somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Helm.
What is happening? The lights are turning off.
Lights.
Kite's like looking at the faces still. And he looks up at Helm and is like, I don't think there's anything we can do, Helm.
I think at that point, Kite, you hear. Yeah. Go on, Cap.
I was going to ask if there was anything else that maybe felt familiar about this to Cal. Like, does it seem like Helm is trying to remember something? And so that because Helm is trying to remember something, it's moving further away from their grasp.
I think it's less that they're trying to remember something and more that something is coming. I think that's the sense that you get.
Oh. There's something else here?
And Lux, as you're looking at the religious iconography of this place, as you're looking around, you do notice that there is like almost like there was like almost like it almost feels like a, what's the word that I'm looking for? It like the way that the place is arranged and constructed, it does almost feel like attempting to be divinatory, like it's like they were attempting, like it looks, it almost, it does have like a feeling of religious significance to you, but the way that it doesn't, like it's almost like it's like it's like hinting at you, hinting at the back of your brain, but you can't piece together what it is explicitly.
Yeah, like the arrangement of everything kind of matches some kind of, I don't know, temple or something. Like it's nothing is the same, but like there are places. I don't know why I'm just thinking of Lost JPG, but I just, how you can see like whatever shape the panels are, and you know what it is. So I'm thinking of.
There are cathedrals everywhere with people, or for people with eyes to see them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like objects in position, but not the right object. Like
kind of like that. Yeah, like taking those patterns and making them out. Although like the pattern itself is not one that you're familiar with. It just has that feeling to you.
Okay. Yeah. Sick.
And part of me wants to say, can I help Lux with this religion check?
I'm losing my religion, guys.
Kite will pop up his dancing lights.
Yeah, as you pop the dancing lights up, do you send them out to the faces that are going out steadily?
He'll send like one or two out to one of them just to see.
Yeah, as you send that one out, it almost as if it is crossing the like a barrier or a threshold. It fades as it gets to the edge, and you see that darkness continue to aggress and push forward until it is right up next to y'all at about this spot. Like these beacons here have gone out.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that is definitely part of the reason the Kite is keeping some of the lights close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see the ones next to you begin to dim.
Okay. Anyone have any ideas?
Can I'm a sorcerer. I have a bunch of magic up inside me at all times. Can I discharge a bunch of my sorcery points to try and help Helm?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna say Let's
That's
see.
a really good idea. Can I assist Lance and discharge psionic energy?
And Lux has scary points, which we all know are equivalent
Yeah, scary points. Yeah.
Lux stares at the darkness, and the darkness is like, you know what? I don't want any piece of that.
I'm out.
You know what, actually? Nah, I'm good.
Knight has no magic inside of him.
Okay,
You have spell slots.
sure.
I think so. I think in this moment, you all begin to ready yourselves. You begin to push forward, push like back against the darkness. Magic glowing and arming. Your daggers drawn. Spells being ready to be cast. And as you do so, like suddenly all the lights flick out from the room, and you find yourselves in complete darkness. And there's silence, even from Helm. Helm says nothing until there is a low laugh that echoes out from the place where Helm used to be. And as you look up, you see in Helm's place is a large shadowed figure, easily the same size that Helm had been, kind of glowering down in front of you. And they say, "Oh, excellent. I finally get a chance to meet you." And that's where we're going to go to break.
I knew it.
Oh.
I knew it.